Hey guys, what is going on? It is Gear and here, and in today's video we are going to be discussing the possibility of what Deliora was looking for and the possibility that he was actually looking for his master END. Sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So without further ado, let's get right into this fatal theory, which I believe is probably very realistic. So for those of you guys that don't know, of course, Deliora is a demon from the book of Zerif. He of course was a very powerful demon. He went on rampages through cities in the northern continent, which was mainly ice villages of course, and he is the one that killed Grey's parents. He of course was so powerful that we couldn't really measure his power, and the only way he was stopped was by Grey's master Ur using such a powerful sealing magic called Ice Shell, which was, let's just say, the most powerful sealing magic you could ever use. But the side effect of course is that you will lose your life, so the caster will lose their life in trade for casting this very powerful seal. So firstly, Deliora, where did he come from originally? Because he was one of the demons in the book of Zerif. So why suddenly would Zerif allow such a powerful demon to go on his own rampage? And don't you find it a little weird that Deliora was going from village to village, destroying everything, but he was trying to, let's just say, he was bringing death and destruction. But was he actually looking for something instead? Well, this is what this video is all about, because I believe throughout all of this craziness, throughout all of this rampage that he was going through and destruction, he was looking for his master. So of course, Deliora was definitely part of the guild Tartarus, and of course, who was the master for Tartarus? Well, it was none other than END, Eternanos Natsu Dragneo. So I believe that Deliora of course was probably very close to END, and he of course, for one day probably when Natsu jumped 400 years into the future, he was probably sealed within his book. But then suddenly one day somebody came out of nowhere, of course, accidentally or maybe purposely activated that demon book and brought out Deliora. And also, isn't it a little weird that Deliora was only shown as a monster? Didn't he have some sort of human form maybe, or couldn't he have transformed to another form of his? Well, that was also very weird, because even though he did get sealed by the most powerful ice magic seal you can ever find, it was sort of a little bit disappointing that we didn't see much more of him in the Fate Tail series. All we know is that he was such a powerful monster. Master Ur, so Grey's master, had to give her life to seal him, and that was the end of that. So this theory of course that I've created, I believe that this was definitely because of END. So possibly Zerif might have been involved in reawakening Deliora and sending him off in such a rampage, because he might have awoken of course, and it might have been 400 years into the future, and Deliora might have just transformed into a demon after hearing of course that it's been 400 years since he saw his master END, and he might have just gone on a journey, you would say, to try and find his master throughout all of the villages that he went through. So he caused so much death, so much destruction just to find his master, which was of course END, who was on a different continent from where Grey was. So if you think about it that way, it might just link up, because why would Deliora, a demon that is so powerful, firstly be released into the wild, just wandering around nonchalantly and just destroying every village he went through to? It doesn't make sense, and there would be no logic behind that. But there would be logic behind that Deliora is trying to find something, because as we can see in the Fate Tail series, and of course in my Fate Tail reviews, which if you've not already, go check those out, because they are very interesting videos and they are sort of like reigniting my ideas for what happened originally in Fate Tail, because these theory videos I'm creating are only coming from those reviews I am doing and learning more and more about the anime. So go of course check those out and make sure to go drop those videos a like. So let's get right back to the video, of course. So now, I believe definitely Deliora, he was such a powerful demon that it would have been a waste for him just to destroy villages and just to go cause havoc and everything. I believe his true purpose was to probably be the guardian for END, but he probably failed his mission that one day END just went out of nowhere. He just disappeared because he probably was transported 400 years into the future. I really wish, of course, we could have seen much more of Deliora, because I really wanted to know, why did he cause so much death and destruction? Why did he suddenly come up in the northern continent and start to destroy villages after villages after villages, literally moving from one to another after causing so much death and destruction? Did he have a purpose that he had to fulfill, or was he just really there just to cause death and destruction? Because if he was just there to cause death and destruction, that would be slightly disappointing for me, because as a Fairy Tail fan, we of course have been creating ideas where about Selene was teased from like season 1 and some other TV videos, of course, but this has probably been one of the biggest mysteries I've ever thought about in Fairy Tail, because everybody thinks, of course, about Deliora that he was just another one of the demons that Zedith created by accident, of course. But was he really an accident? Was he really just on a rampage, of course, and was he just a clueless monster? Well, I really don't think so, because he must have been a very smart monster to me, and the fact that such a powerful, again, iced shell magic had to be used just to seal him, well, that's more than enough for me to, of course, think he is definitely powerful. But there's also a hint of mystery there that we really haven't discovered yet. That mystery behind Deliora, his past, his creation, that has remained such a mystery, but it's been overlooked. It's been overlooked ever since Fairy Tail, of course, keeps going forward and forward onto new journeys, creating new friends, and we just forget about the past. We just forget about how or what caused Grey's parents' death, what caused Deliora, even though he was mentioned in Fairy Tail, like the 2014 series, where he of course was mentioned in Tartarus that Grey's dad was Deliora, but he really wasn't. So of course that was a little bit of a blast from the past, but it wasn't, again, it was nothing to explain about his past. It was just literally a tease. So hopefully, maybe in the Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, we might find out more about Deliora's past, what caused him to be in the northern continent, and we can finally find out why Grey's parents had to die at the hands of Deliora, a mindless rampaging monster destroying village after village. I don't think so. I think he was such a smart monster that he was just looking for his master to go back to. But you guys, let me know down below. What do you guys think of this theory? Do you think there's some meaning behind this theory? Do you think Deliora was a mindless monster just going on his way, of course, trying to, let's just say, just cause destruction, cause death everywhere he went? Or do you believe that he was a sophisticated monster that was very loyal to END and he was just on a journey to find END? You guys let me know down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment. If you're watching this video and you are not yet subscribed, well, scroll down, hit that subscribe button and make sure to turn on those notifications so that you don't miss out on any videos I upload in the near future. Thank you guys for watching this video. Take care and peace.